Hello everyone, it is I, Mark Major. This is the Action Figuratorium. Yes, that Action Figuratorium. Now, I have this habit of doing a sort of preview anytime Horsemen releases a new wave of action figures, either in their fantasy line Mythic Legions, or in the case today of their science fiction line of figures called Cosmic Legions, which is what we're going to take a look at. They have a new wave that has come out, and looks like they've put out, let's see here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new figures. So I thought I would just go through them, go through the pricing, give kind of a hot take, that sort of thing. You know, just all in the name of having a lot of fun, so everyone should stick around. Okay, this wave is called OxKrewe, Book 1, Thraxin. No idea what any of that means. Let's cut over. There they are. There's the figures up here. And hey, look, my cursor's there. So let's cut over to the store. Here's where we can see the pre-order is currently up for these guys. And I thought that we should go through and briefly mention what we're looking at. So the first sort of bag of guys is, actually let's put it in this order, sort of 3 kind of astronauts. So there's this guy, he's in blue, he's fairly tall, he's about 8 inches tall. He's got this kind of cool sort of steampunk underwater looking suit. Then there's his wife. She looks like she's one of David Bowie's backup singers. I think that's kind of cool. This is a great looking pic there of her. And then there's this guy who I assume is like their son or something. He's a little bit shorter than them, but the 3 of them all are making use of a lot of the same parts that make up the spacesuits. There's a little bit of difference to them, but it looks like they took some pieces and they reused them in their sculpting, that kind of thing. I'm not sure how they're reusing the parts when they come out, but you can tell that they're all sort of a sort of similar design, which I think that's neat. I think it's neat that they all have these sort of matching spacesuits, these 3 guys. And they're the most expensive guys in the wave. They're $48, and they're pretty tall. If you go back to here where they're all lined up, you can see that the blue guy is this tall, and his wife's a little bit shorter, and the other guy is this tall. So that's those 3. Next, let's move on to the cats that are $42. There's this sort of humanoid with kind of a face. Looks like they're one of the people from the Avatar movie. They've got the kind of blue sort of predator dreadlocks going on, and this is kind of cool. It's an alternate head, but it's some sort of like a camera eye kind of, you know, tech-looking sort of headpiece. Thought that was real striking. A lot of cool detail on this. The jacket looks real cool, and all the gadgets and everything look real cool on it. And then for the same price in the $42 range, there's this thing. He's some kind of a space hog or a space pig or some sort of a weird herd animal, or you know, one of those things where they need to fill out some kind of alien herd monster. And if we go back here, we can see that he's about this tall, almost comes up to the height of a character. All right, so after that, the last 2 are in the $37 range. There's this guy is kind of a lizard man, and he comes with this cool alternate head that gives him sort of squinty eyes and gnashing teeth. I think that's cool. Let's look at him in the environment there. He's pretty, overall pretty bitchin' little alien guy. And then this guy is just one of these sort of like slugmen, humanoid slug guy. But look at all the detail on all the stuff on the guy's belt and accessories and wrist thing. And a lot of detail goes into this. And it's all well done, well painted, well sculpted, well put together. You know, these are sort of ultra high def pics. They look even better in real life. And then the last thing these guys are offering for $25 is this sort of pack of stuff, just a bunch of accessories. Looks like a generator kit, so people can throw a keg party out in the woods. And $2.99 if you want to go all in on this wave and get everything on here. I go back to this picture here since it's kind of the best one. So my take on this is that this is starting to really fill out the Cosmic Legions line with like more races and figures and characters and things of that nature. I'm going to have to say that I'm not particularly interested in the accessories, the campsite communications and cargo collection. I think these guys should instead just focus on making figures. I think third-party companies from Empire Toy Works to Flatiron, is that what they're called? The Flatiron guys. I think there's other people, plus, you know, if you go to some of those indie designers on the Legions shop, I think that this is the kind of thing for like third-party cats to get into more so than what the Four Horsemen should be doing. The Four Horsemen, not that this isn't cool. No one's saying it's not cool. Stop the crying. There's no one wants to hear the crying about how I don't think it's cool. I do think it's cool. I think they should be putting their effort into making things that other people can't make, that you can't get. This is the kind of thing that's really sort of generic, you know. And in fact, if you want to know what I think generic is, go look up Time to Crate off this old website called Old Man Murray. They had a thing where they would rate video games by how long and how many seconds until you came across a crate. Think about playing like early versions of Doom where they're just like, what can we put in this airplane hangar to make it look like it's got stuff in it? Oh, let's just put some crates in there, that kind of thing. This seems like an Old Man Murray Time to Crate kind of thing. Also, I don't really care about the Space Hog or whatever this thing is, the skate back, whatever. I think that, again, these guys should be concentrating on things that only they can do, which is making really unique, really striking, really over-the-top characters. And I think sort of just generic monsters like this is, you know, again, I don't want to hear that I think it looks dumb or that this is lame. I just think that if you're going to spend the time and money to give us something for $42, it would be cool if it was just more things unique to the Four Horsemen, and this is just kind of a generic thing that you could find in like Power Rangers or something like that. And then as far as the other figures go, I think the 3 astronaut figures are particularly cool, but if you're not really into them, if they don't really do it for you, that's 3 guys from this wave that you're not going to be getting, which just kind of leads you to the Lizard Man, the Slug Man, and the Avatar guy. I think out of the 3 of those, the Avatar person, you know, who looks like there's someone going to a Rammstein concert, I think this is probably the best figure out of the group and the one that I would probably pick, but the head sculpt for me isn't particularly doing it this time, and the alternate I Am a Camera head isn't particularly doing it for me at this time. Not that it's bad, it's just that, you know, these things have to scratch a certain itch. Now, I have bought some Cosmic Legions figures in the past. Again, I'm not one of these all-in collectors. I'm a cherry picker. I'm a casual. I go and I take a few things that I like, I collect those and set those aside for me. You know, I only buy stuff if I plan on opening it and enjoying it. I don't really buy this stuff to resell it. Although there have been a few occasions when I've gotten something and I was like, maybe I should just keep this in the box for a few years and see what happens with it. You know, you could always use $50 here or there down the road. So, not saying that this is a particularly bad wave or not an innovative wave or not as cool as some of the other waves, but I don't see any must-have creatures in here. There's probably plenty of people that when they do see some of this stuff, they probably just flip like the Space Hog. I'm sure there's somebody out there, it's just blown their mind. They're like, I can't believe it's taken this long to get one of these things that, you know, looks like something Van Diesel fought in one of his science fiction movies. Again, I don't mind the spacesuit people myself, but it's just not quite the spacesuit people I'm looking for. So, probably, in my case, going to pass on every single offering in this wave, even though I'm the cat who has said, look, if there's one thing you should get from every wave, it's the accessory packs of either hands or weapons or wings. Those are things that usually cost 12 bucks, 15 bucks, which is next to nothing. You get a couple of those. Those are the things that always go up in money because they're things that people don't know they need at the time when they're shopping. And when they go looking later, well, that's when you have them. So that's it for this particular episode. I do like the stuff that the Four Horsemen are kicking out. I'm glad to see that they keep on releasing new stuff and they're going further into this Cosmic Legions. For me, I was kind of a fan of the RPG game Star Frontiers when I was a kid, and so it had a sort of kitschness to it and a sort of, you know, science fiction TV tropes to it. I wish these guys would tap a little bit more into that. I feel as if they're going in a direction that's real familiar to them and not as familiar to the audience the same way that their Mythic Legions was. But I don't know, that's just me. Everyone gets their own opinion and you can do what you want. You can like anything you want. Don't worry about what I say, just worry about what you like. And with that, I will catch everybody on the next one.